Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. On Tuesday, we gave you highlights from Governor Mapp's State of the Territory address, as well as reactions to the speech from senators. Tonight, we have more on what the governor's focus will be when it comes to local agencies and how lawmakers plan to respond. News 2's Erica Parsons have more.
Kenneth Mapp said help is on the way for local law enforcement during his State of the Territory address Monday. His plans are to assess the law enforcement community, develop a policing strategy, hire more officers, and bring more technology online for them.
In terms of hiring additional personnel, moving towards technology as a base is extremely important, because as we lose manpower, we have to become creative and innovative and doing things a little bit differently. And I certainly agree with him that the technological way is the way to go. But at the same time, we still need manpower on the street.
Very refreshing that he mentioned that he's going to sit down with the union and talk to them. To me, that's excellent dialogue, excellent way to start.
Once we move our law enforcement entities into this technological age, we need to make sure that they're all properly trained.
Mr. Mapp said he plans to expand agriculture, an effort fully supported by lawmakers.
He asked the senators to work with him and increase the budget of the agriculture department, and we started that process in the 30th legislature by increasing the agriculture budget another $1 million, and of course we'd like to do that some more and increase it. The more we help our local farmers, is the more we're going to help this economy.
One critical area the governor touched on was the plight of retirees, some who have waited as long as 2 years for benefits. Mapp has tasked senators with paying the government's contributions within the next 2 months to help retirees. Another focus was human services and the elderly, the new chief executive saying his administration will be known by how they care for seniors.
I was very, very disappointed in the closing of some of the senior citizen centers in the territory. And I was on the leading edge of keeping one of the centers in St. John open. The impact on those persons, I mean, they have a community there. There's something for them to look forward to when they come out. So I look forward to seeing some improvements on that level.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
Governor Mapp gave mental health care in the VI and F- and pledged to improve the system in the area of education. He said the goal is to have all schools accredited or blue ribbon certified by the end of his first term. If you experience some intermittent interruptions this morning, Innovative Cable TV St. Thomas announced that cable TV services experience between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. Bernard Ray, who's the vice president of cable TV operations, said the Innovative head-end technical team was upgrading the St. Thomas head-end emergency backup electrical system. Well, the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority is working to diagnose and correct a series of spam messages that they say have been distributed from its email systems. The subject of the messages is wire transfer receive. Customers who received an email with this subject, officials say, from any WAPA employee are advised to delete the email immediately without opening it. The authority's Information Technology Department is working to contain the spread of this unsolicited message. They say while the email system is experiencing this problem, customer account information has not been compromised. Authority officials apologize for the technological glitch, and they say they're working to rectify the issue. Meanwhile, the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority has scheduled service interruption to a small area of Estate Thomas on Thursday, January 29th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. 66 customers in the Estate Thomas area above the Jungle Food Store will be affected while crews transfer primary lines as well as a transformer and street lights from a rotten pole, they say, to a new pole in that area. This work is necessary to ensure the safety of pedestrians and motorists who traverse the area. The interruption was initially scheduled for early in the month but was rescheduled due to inclement weather. While the work is in progress, motorists are advised to use extreme caution and to observe traffic directions. Crime Stoppers USVI empowers you to make your neighborhoods safer by reporting information while remaining totally anonymous. If you know something, say something, as law enforcement needs to know what you know. Again, you can always visit www.crimestoppersusvi.org and click on How It Works. Crime Stoppers USVI, here's how it works, is a local chapter of an international program of nonprofit organizations led by Citizens Against Crime. Some Crime Stoppers programs offer cash rewards up to $1,000 to persons providing anonymous information that leads to the arrest of criminals and fugitives. Here in the VI, they offer rewards up to $2,500. Information is received through anonymous tips that Crime Stoppers USVI receive through a secure phone line or through a secure web connection. Crime Stoppers does not receive any grant money or government funding. They rely on tax-deductible donations from the community. So to donate, please visit the website at www.crimestoppersusvi.org. The VI Economic Development Authority is inviting the public to the next EDC hearing scheduled for February 3rd, so mark that on your calendar. The meeting will be held at 9 a.m. in the boardroom at Niski Center and video conference to the St. Croix office at the William Roebuck Industrial Park. The hearing will focus on the application for tax exemption benefits for 6 businesses: Amali Global, Professional Holding Company, Daily News, Frenchman's Reef, Secret Harbor, and Seaview Nursing Home. Anyone interested in the approval or disapproval of the applications may be heard if a written statement is provided at least 1 day before the hearing. Well, the VI Port Authority continues to remind travelers to call the airlines for any flight cancellations and rescheduling by major carriers that occurred as a result of the severe snowstorm affecting the East Coast. According to VIPA, United Airlines Flight 1484 that was outbound from St. Thomas to Newark is canceled until January 28th. JetBlue's outbound flight from St. Thomas to Boston that was canceled on January 26th and 27th, Monday and Tuesday, or postponed rather, was expected to resume travel today. Turn our attention overseas. President Obama's choice for Attorney General faced tough questions right off the bat as she began her Senate confirmation hearing today. The Republican-controlled committee grilled Loretta Lynch on the president's executive action on immigration. Lynch came to the hearing with her own list of issues that would top her agenda as Attorney General, including healing tensions between minority communities and law enforcement. The 55-year-old top federal prosecutor for parts of New York and Long Island also wants to vigorously pursue cyber criminals and pledged better relations with Congress. If she wins Senate approval, Lynch will become the nation's first black woman to serve as Attorney General. Keeping our eye on the economy, flight cancellations from yesterday's blizzard will cost the U.S. economy about $230 million. That includes the money passengers would have to put back into the economy. The U.S. Travel Association says about 7,300 flights were canceled. It was a record holiday season. And other news for Apple, the company sold 74.5 million iPhones, which comes out to more than 30,000 every single hour. CEO Tim Cook says demand was, quote, staggering. And if you've been waiting to get your hands on that Apple's new iWatch, it goes on sale in April. Here's the New York Stock Exchange with the stock market watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all down. The Dow 195, Nasdaq 43, S&P 27. Coming up on News 2, all eyes will be glued to the screen tonight for the first ever VI Idol reality show. See some familiar faces, familiar scenes, and all the lights, camera, and action you can expect to keep you hooked for the season. Well, tonight is the night. The VI Idol reality show premieres right here on CBS TV2. You don't want to miss all the behind-the-scenes action. Alvin Marks of LP Entertainment stopped by to share some of the excitement.
8 years strong now, the Virgin Islands Idol has been the hit music competition here in the Virgin Islands, and just being part of the production and seeing what happens really and truly within and amongst these Virgin Islands artists is something that the Virgin Islands need to see, the world needs to see. And I honestly can say that it's a lot of hard work and dedication on the artist side, also on the production side. And this is actually the full pilot season of the reality show. So they're going to actually see episode 1 tonight. And it's going to be very intense. It's got so much humor and laughter. It's a family entertainment film series, so everyone can enjoy it. Everyone can enjoy it. From drama to intense artist development to a little sensitive, you know, a little sensitivity as far as, you know, emotions go. You know, there's some touching scenes where contestants really get personal amongst their lifestyle. It's a lot of fun, you know, from the casting to the production, scripting to you know, selecting the right finalists to everything. The judges that came in from the States, from G-Unit, from Atlantic Records, from Epic Records. These are all music professionals who have signed major recording artists. And to select 13 of our top artists in the Virgin Islands to put them in a film is